My goodness, I had been talking for the last minute and a half and hadn't realized that my mic wasn't on. So, hooray. Thank you very much, Doug, if you end up listening to the VOD. You did, in fact, save my butt, because I completely forgot about that. I'd been recording a little bit of my Palace of the Dead run on Final Fantasy XIV, and just wanted the mic muted for it. And completely forgot to turn it back. Anyway, thank you for joining. If you're watching for the first time, I'm doing a bit of a pre-roll ad here. If you don't want to hear about it, go ahead and skip through about 2 minutes and 8 seconds ahead in the video. Or if you're scrubbing through, you can just scroll down until this image is gone, and that'll get you to the end of it and into the gameplay. That's just a little thing I do so that nobody has to actually miss out on gameplay while the ads are forced to run, or while I'm forced to run ads. In any case, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate your view greatly. If you feel like subscribing because you like this kind of long-form content, that'd be great. I do my best not to have any jump scares or loud noises, so that if you want to use this as a sleep aid, you're more than welcome to. Although I can't guarantee you won't be hearing any obnoxious caterwauling if somebody wants me to sing. Or some coughing. The coughing is there as well. If you're watching on Twitch, then I would very much appreciate a follow. I'd love to see you here. I do this as a way to kill time because I am a bored and lonely fellow. So if you feel like you would enjoy coming to hang out with me live, I would very much appreciate having you here. If you're finding difficulty catching me online, I would recommend you join the Discord. There's links to it in both bios on Twitch and on YouTube. Just make sure you're signed in before you click the links so that you don't get taken to the sign-in page instead. And once you're there, you'll be able to join up, and you'll get notifications and alerts whenever there is a new video up on YouTube or when I go live, in case either system failed you. And let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, there's lots of fun things to do on the Discord. We got a great little community, and it's also a way for you to get in touch with me if you have suggestions, feedback, if you want to game together, whether on stream or off stream. And you can keep track of my average viewership, which is the Countdown to Fear, or I guess the horror game tracker is what I'm calling it now. And if you'd like to see me be scared witless, you can see how far away we are from that goal there. In any case, we are finally back from ads. Thank you very much for waiting, Doug. I appreciate you. And if you hadn't heard it because of the ad break, I am very glad you decided to let me know about the mic being off still, because I had 100% forgotten about that. I had posted, or I had been doing some Final Fantasy runs the other day, and made it to the end of the Palace of the Dead for the first time, which took about 5 or 6 hours to do. And I don't think I'm ever getting back there because of how much of a pain in the butt it was, so I took some recordings. But I didn't need to be coughing over them, so I muted my mic. And then I just forgot to unmute, so thank you. I actually had a similar situation last time with NoobNat reminding me that I had turned the volume on the desktop audio all the way up, and nobody could hear me. Anyway, so I don't remember exactly what we were doing, but this is a good place to start. How are you doing today, Doug? I very vaguely asked, and I know from Discord that you had some issues with your power going out. Hopefully that is well resolved now. I guess I'll just hold on to that for the minute. For the moment. I need to get my bearings here. What are we going to do? So I said on the actual title, we'll go on land. Oh, right. I need to get some magnetite too. That's a big one because I want to make a scanner. Ah, that's fun. Well, I'm sorry things didn't go quite according to plan, but hopefully it was a decent enough day anyway. And hey, at the very least, you had a reason to use candles. That's not a particularly good thing to say, but I'm trying to make the silver lining apparent. But with the power out, I could see candles being helpful regardless. Where can I find it? Crystal Caves, yeah. Deep Lily Pads Cave, East Arctic Glacial Basin. Yeah, I might have to go there. Well, I'm glad you got use out of them. Let's see here. Not that one. I just looked at that. I didn't need that. Electronics. There we go. I bet. You know, she might be mad at me for telling you this, but my sister, when she was much younger, before she got married, she was trying to impress her boyfriend's parents, and to accomplish that, what she did was she ran out to the store and she got a pre-made pie. And then she just threw that pie into the oven for a couple of minutes before they got there, so it smelled like she had baked a fresh pie for them when they arrived. It was quite a funny scenario. I didn't know she'd done that, and I found it weird because, like, my sister is a good cook. My mom, maybe less so. So there was always this agreement between them that my mom would clean up the dishes and my sister would do the cooking. So she got really good at it from a young age. I grew up mostly eating my sister's cooking until I was like 11 years old. It was weird to me to think that she would just not make the pie, but I guess she was maybe running out of time or whatever the case was. And apparently it worked well enough. So I can't fault her for that. She did good. But yeah, that's a story to tell about that. Oh, also speaking of, I have a couple of stories piled up from the last couple of days where I wasn't feeling too good. So you know that I'm a very unhealthy fellow in general. Yes, like the coughing is one thing, but I also have a lot of physical pain from old injuries and things. So it's pretty rough for me to function in general. And especially around season changes, things get extra harsh for my body. And yesterday was the start of fall, really. Like, it was that cold snap where you can tell that suddenly it shifted seasons. And as a result, my body was just raging at me. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take this time and go out, try and sit in the hot tub, because there's a public pool not far from me that has a hot tub in it. I can get access there pretty easily. And I'll just go sit in there for a little while, try and kill some pain. Turns out, by the time I got there, there was only about 5 minutes left before the hot tub would automatically drain for cleaning. So I couldn't use that. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks, but I've got all this stuff here already. what I'll do is I'll just put in a little extra effort. I'll see if my sister's home. I can go use her hot tub. She's further away, and I didn't want to drive that far. But I decided, you know what? I'll give her a call, and I'll see if I can go use that. She wasn't there either. So I didn't get to use the hot tub at all yesterday, and instead I thought, okay, you know what? I'm still not feeling great. I want to go and get myself... Yeah. So I thought, I want to go and get myself some food, because something tasty will help me feel better. So I started driving towards towards the place where I wanted to get food, which I don't remember. Oh, it was Dairy Queen is what I was going for. And do I have to cut into this? I might. There we go. Huh. I thought I was able to cut into this. Or, like, go through at least. Anyway, Yes, I was going for Dairy Queen. And I thought, okay, you know what? I know there's construction along this road, so I'm going to dodge this road. That was the wrong road. I went on the one with construction. So it took me way too long to get to my destination, because real pain in the butt getting across all of the work that they were doing and having to go super slow and stuff. But that wasn't the biggest deal, right? I could live with that. And so I get my ice cream and I walk over, I get some fries and some food and stuff. And then on my way back, I wasn't watching, so I dropped my ice cream on the ground after tripping over a speed bump. Or not a speed bump, but you know how they have those little barricades in front of parking spots in any sort of large-scale parking lot? I wasn't watching as I was walking back towards my car, so I tripped on that, and I dropped my Blizzard on the ground. Just spread it everywhere. Very frustrating. I was having a hell of a day yesterday. That's really the end of my story for that. But it was funny. It was terrible, but it was funny. Yeah, very much so. It was not nearly as smooth a trip as I would like. So I am very fat today from eating too much yesterday. Because I was just miserable from all the pain I was in. And get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, no worries, Doug. I know you have homework to catch up on. You do your thing. As always, I'm just kind of talking to myself. Wanted to tell you the story. Speaking of, there was another story I wanted to tell you about too. So you remember how I said you shouldn't feel bad when people get the justified comeuppance for their actions, the consequences of their actions? Well, I think I've mentioned this before, but long ago I worked as a security guard for a little while, and only a couple of months, but I went from one smaller mall to a bigger one after about 2 months worth of work there. No, not Five Nights at Freddy's. And in that time, like in that 5-month span, there was an instance where I had been told in no uncertain circumstances to not let people park in the middle of the driveway that goes around the mall to unload. So I did my best to enforce that. And one day in particular, a truck driver got so obstinate with me that he literally assaulted me for telling him that he can't park there. And I didn't like that. I had many witnesses. I was not happy about that at all. And the mall was not happy about it either. So they called up the management of the facility and, or the management of the trucking company. Yeah. And the trucking company came by and they asked what I wanted done. And I, being a relatively nice and amicable fellow, was like, I don't want him to lose his job. I just don't want him to do this. Like, that was so not right. Like, I need him to understand that what he did was wrong and they shouldn't assault me. And I thought that would be the end of it. Like, that's just, it wasn't cool, but I let it go. I was the bigger person in that. And then several months later, at the new mall that I went to, I saw him sitting in the hallways. And I didn't think anything of it. I didn't get mad at him. I just nodded my head and continued on. But as I was trying to walk past, this guy still had such an attitude from not facing consequences for his actions that he just started laughing at me without a word. I had said nothing to him, I had done nothing to him, I didn't press charges, and he was so very arrogant that he decided the correct course of action was just laughing at me, because he didn't face consequences. And as horrible a thing as it might seem to be, that's the reality for a lot of people, is they don't understand how their actions will affect others. So they end up continuing to be just awful people. Yeah, it wasn't fun, to be absolutely sure. And that's why I just wanted to relay that story to you, as far as, like, don't feel bad when people face consequences for their own actions. Unfortunately, that's the only way some people learn, and some people don't even learn from that. They just hold grudges because they're so narcissistic they think they're infallible. So don't be afraid to let people who seem to be unapologetic with their actions be guilt tripping you into other things. Don't let them guilt trip you into feeling bad for them. Because truly, when it's a result of their own actions, there's nothing else you can do about that. Creepvine cluster gel sac times 4. Okay. Yeah, that was all. That was the story on that subject for you. It gave me something to talk about while we were here, so I figured probably better to just say it than it was to type it out. These things are always so creepy. Let's see. Anyway, back to the subject of the gameplay. You drew your panna cotta? What do you mean you drew your panna cotta? Like you had to do it as an art project, or you were just doodling while you were listening to me? Either way, good job. Hooray. Feel free to share it in the Discord on the hobbies and interests in arts and things. That's why the channel's there after all. Oh, that's cool. Well, then I'm glad it came out well. Congratulations. I need to find some magnetite, and I think there should be some in here, or if not in here, then close by. Because I think there is actually a little cave up top, if I remember, that has some magnetite in it. Like one of the cracks up there. I'm actually turning this light off because this is a pretty area. I do not need to be burning that power. Ooh, here's some. It's not magnetite, but it's an ore vein. Silver, sure, why not? What's over here? No problem, Doug. You do what you need to. Oh, magnetite, good. I will be here whenever you're ready. Whenever you're available to. Grab you. Unfortunately, sometimes things are like that, but I am sorry to hear it regardless. Oh, these are eggs. That's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna go back to base now, because I have the stuff I need
Thank you!
I have the stuff I need to make my scanner module. Hooray. Beetle! I still think that was a clever play on words. Plus, I rather like Beetle as a character. I think he's funny. Where are we? I don't know. There we go. That'll work. I don't know if you saw the other day, Doug, from Friday, I think it was. I posted a little clip of a surprise jump scare while I was playing Subnautica. And I made the stupidest sound. It actually happened twice within about 10 minutes. It was very embarrassing. I still don't know how or why I made that sound, but I did. A nice little ugh. I don't need to go that way. This way. Back to the prawn suit. So the whole reason I actually wanted this magnetite and stuff. Okay, but to be fair, it was a very scary situation. It was one of those moments where one of the creatures that I talked about before caught me. The ones that look like a plant, so they don't actually seem to be... There doesn't seem to be anything scary in the area. And then just all of a sudden, a tentacle grabs your arm and starts dragging you towards this mouth. It's a very scary, high-tension scenario. So, like, you can hardly blame me for it. That's all I'm saying, okay? I did my best. Yeah. And the worst part is, they really do look exactly the same as plants until they grab you. So you can look at them, and they won't be doing anything weird, but then all of a sudden you turn your back, and they extend a tentacle to grab you. It's literally like the weeping angels from Doctor Who, where they only move when your back is turned to them. It's very much like that. Very much like that. And I just hate it. So scary. Alright. I'm gonna park my sub for the moment. Ooh, excuse me. So yesterday when I was being fat, the thing that I had fixated on was Taco Time has these things called El Crunchos. They're a little bit like Taco Bell's, or I guess they're very similar to Taco Bell's Crunch Wraps. But they were having a special yesterday where they were Doritos. Yeah, there were Doritos inside instead of the taco shell. So it was really tasty. And I had been eating far too many of those. I had no reason to really go into that story. It was just talking about it. Alright, I need... Oh, gotta get rid of that. Where is Chad? Here is Chad. There we go. You saw Beetle at school too today. Well, that's cool. Do you know what kind of beetle it was? Here it is. Was it another stink beetle? Nope, just a beetle in general? Well, that's fair. Computer chip. Okay. Actually, wasn't there a... Oh, I need 2 of them. Okay. Well, I'm not saying this to justify the actions, but I am saying it because I have lived through that as well. Some people just don't deal with bugs well. I am one of those people. It's not because I hate them, it is because I am literally terrified of them. That I just can't... I can't really function a lot of times. My brain shuts down and I go into panic mode and things end up squished. And I know that's not a fun thing to hear, but I have been bitten by them, by bugs often enough that I just can't think when they're around. I go into panic mode. Maybe. Yeah. That's all I can really say about it, is I wish that I didn't have to react like that, but my body just kind of freaks out, whether I want to or not. When things try and kill you, you get a little bit scared of them, and I think that's fairly reasonable as a response. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a psycho. That's not just scared of it, that's just tormenting the poor thing, and that's definitely wrong. I am very sorry you had to witness that. Yeah. Definitely not a fear if that's what he did. That's just cruelty. In my case, I totally understand why you'd be upset about that. I think I would as well. That is insanely mean. Where's my way out? There's some copper. Okay. Because I can understand people killing bugs. Like, that's not unusual, especially because leaving bugs attracts more. But when you're tormenting it, I don't like that. Yeah, that's not good. Hooray, copper. Quite a bit, too. There we go. Oh, there's a couple ore veins in here. Holy cow. I had no idea there was so much of this stuff in the roof. Well, hooray! What is your phone keychain of? Oh, inventory full. That explains it. Well, don't leave me in suspense. What's your keychain? Or your phone charm? I actually, when I was, it's a little goldfish in a baggie. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. I got given a bunch of little Japanese souvenirs one time. I met a Japanese girl who was down here, and she was so excited that she had somebody to speak Japanese with that she... no problem. She just gave me whatever she could as souvenirs, including a little Hello Kitty... like a little Hello Kitty bauble keychain with some bells on it, and she was in a kimono. And I didn't do some weird teenage masculine thing and like hide it away. I just stuck it onto my cane holster, so it was just jingling around behind me everywhere I went. And she saw that and was very embarrassed by the fact that I was wearing it so openly because she didn't expect that. It was funny. I wonder whatever happened to her. Her name was Rie. We kind of lost touch after a while. We had been emailing back and forth, but I think oh, I know what happened. I forgot the password to the email that I was using to talk to her with. Like, I just straight up don't have access to that email anymore because I don't remember what I used as a password to get in. I kind of grew out of it, so I don't remember. I feel bad because I would have loved to stay in contact with her, but I just... sometimes that information slips from our grasp. Yeah, unfortunately enough. Do that one too. Okay. It is very unfortunate, but that is the way life goes sometimes. Alright, I need Galena. There we go. There's not a chance I'd be able to find her social media. It's in Japan. I don't read Japanese. I speak it, but I can't read it. Those are two very different things. I would not have a chance. I don't even remember what her last name is anymore. It has been probably more than 10 years since I lost contact with her. Might even be closer to 15 at this point. Oh, you would never be able to. I only know her first name. Her name was Rie. And I do not know beyond that. So that's a very common first name in Japan. You will never find her. Alright. Right. I needed to make some more modules. Specifically, I wanted I might make this one. But I also want the scanner module. And a sleeper module would be good too, but I don't have the pieces for that quite yet. I'll have to go look for them. For now, these will do. I'm sorry. If I have more information, it could be fun. Unfortunately, I do not. Alright, so I gotta grab some lead in a big way. Oh no, that needs magnetite. Huh. Well, either way, I still need lead. This is one of the... Yeah, lead. Lead is a very common building material in this game. Like, I just picked up a piece of lead. It's used as reinforcement for a lot of base pieces, or in this case, as building material for some of the modules of the sea truck. So I gotta have an awful lot of it. Lead is dangerous if consumed, but it's not dangerous to handle because it is a solid mineral. Mercury is dangerous if it's handled because as a liquid it's got a high enough density that it can penetrate through the skin and get into your bloodstream that way, but lead not so much, no. Lead is pretty common, especially in terms of like radiation shielding and things. So we use lead all the time. There might even be lead in your microwave. Or there's probably lead in your phone as well. There's a lot of things that may seem to be dangerous when really they're just dangerous when handled wrong. For example, if I talk about asbestos, you're probably scared of asbestos, right? You know that it's something that can give you cancer, but most people don't understand why. And realistically, it's because at a very fine level, like a microscopic level, the fibers that asbestos are made of are like little tiny needles. And so when you inhale the asbestos dust, they settle in and embed themselves in your lungs, and then it can't come loose. But when it's not in air, asbestos, sorry, I'll type it out for you. Asbestos, like that, is actually a perfectly good building material that was in a lot of houses as a fire retardant. And it's super good at its job. Just the issue was when it got broken or when there was house construction being done, it was getting into people's lungs because they'd break off pieces of it, and then it becomes dangerous. I need to make... Oh, I need lithium. I don't think I have any lithium, do I? Oh, I have just enough. Okay, excellent. But I don't have enough for another one of those. I'll need to get more table coral. Okay. That's alright. Do I have enough magnetite too? I think I do. I do. Excellent. Okay. Anyway, that's all. We think of some things as being very dangerous, when in fact they are only dangerous when mishandled. And that's the unfortunate part about it, is people are usually stupid. Which, I mean, that's fair. That is very fair. I don't know if you've, I don't know if I should even tell you this, but there is actually a specific type of fungus as well. Are you talking about Ebola? Because that parasite is kind of long and curly as well. And it's pretty rare to contract Ebola. Copper. And gold. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of jokes about, like, the chances of your dash hound killing you are slim, but never zero. Okay. I shall be here when you're ready. Not a problem. Go do your thing. Alright. I'm going to... That's fine. Just have to come up here and make this scanner module, which will be tremendously helpful. Sea truck fabric scanner. There we go. Honestly, I think having a mobile scanner like this was such a good idea, and I'm surprised that they didn't have this in the base game. But this is in fact from a mod, and I really like it. I got to use it a little bit before, and it's a great feature to have. It really is just a fantastic feature. And it's pretty balanced too, because the power requirements to use it are like fairly insanely high, meaning it's not just something you can abuse forever. And especially when you're looking at how few ways there are to charge things like this, it becomes a lot more balanced. So I'm actually going to take all 4 of these, oops, I need this one too, and go put them into here. Because it really does take 4 batteries to run this thing well. And every time that you come back, they need to be recharged. Is there actually a upgrade for it? Enamel glass. No, just for the prawn suit, unfortunately. Oh well, not a big deal. All that means is I need to come back for it. I'm gonna take those. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go get a horsepower upgrade, because that's going to be big for me. It'll let me build the extra modules that I want to attach to the sea truck without slowing it down too much. I think that makes a lot of sense, that there would be more drag. Oh, this is the wrong spot for these. That there would be more drag on the vehicle, and so it would slow down. So I think it's a fair compromise to have to go look for an upgrade for more horsepower. I wish they would stack. I don't think they do, but they might. Lead goes in here. That's what I was looking for. Okay. And the place that I find this is actually down in the lily pad caves. So I just have to get back down there. Alien something origin. There we go. Pilot last known position. There's this fun little one as well that you can get. It's a booster of some sort, like an afterburner. It consumes quite a bit of power, but it is entertaining to make nonetheless. One thing that I'm not super fond of with the sea truck is that the modules all have their own individual health, which means that I have to get out and find and repair each one if it gets damaged. And that's kind of just a pain in the butt, to be honest. Oh, you know what? While I'm out here, let's see if I can find Marguerite's island. Because she should be somewhere up here. I think it's relatively close to being above her lily pad stuff. But I don't remember where exactly. I know there is also an alien satellite somewhere up here too. Do you mind? Do you mind? Get out of here. You too. You've been too annoying. There we go. Let's see. It's not up there. Well, that was something in the distance. Oh, it's just a whale. Okay. Not a big deal. I know there is a Chalasaurus somewhere out here. I just don't know where exactly. I think he's just on his way down. Oh, hi, Mr. Whale. Okay. Let's try and get rid of some of these guys. Ah, they're faster than me. Okay. So, I'm going to set this to scan for technology. Fragments. There we go. And now, as I go down here, it should point out anything that I've missed, which will be super helpful. Because specifically, there we go. As I mentioned, I do want that fragment upgrade, the sea truck horsepower upgrade. Yeah, that's what it's called. This is kind of a pain. When it starts getting too big as a vehicle, maneuvering down here becomes very frustrating. I might actually leave part of this up at the upper levels here. Just the danger of that is sometimes the modules will still be attacked, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, because if I'm not there to defend them or to get them away, there's the afterburner, I can just lose all the resources that I invested in it. Let's see here. We're looking for those shiny red fragment symbols. There we go. The range is not huge. I really do think that, honestly, this is a super balanced mod. I really like it. After I installed it, I was like, this should have been in the main game. I don't know why it's not. Here it is. I think this was the last piece I needed. I think. I'm not really sure. Scanner module, don't need you. Actually, why are these here? Is there another alien tech fragment here, or precursor tech fragment I need to scan? It might be the usual one, to be honest. Yeah, I've already scanned that one. Okay. No big deal. So we're just going to head back over here. Oh, this is almost out of power. Now that I'm looking at it. That's not great. And let's check for that horsepower upgrade. There we go. Advanced wiring kit. Lithium. Okay. I'm going to scan for some lithium. It is more important than these fragments at the moment. Yes, more important than the fragments. Lithium, lithium, lithium. There we go. Okay. I think, thankfully enough, we are in an area where lithium should be relatively prevalent. I think. This might also just be more of a nickel and magnetite area. I don't remember off the top of my head. So I'm just kind of hoping I can find some easily. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go deeper, and I don't really super want to do that right now. It wouldn't be a huge problem if I had to go deeper, I just don't really want to. Let's see what's down here. No, I already scanned this one last time. Okay, back up. I should probably start looking on the surface as well for both Midas Base and for the alien satellite that's crashed on an iceberg. I just don't 100% remember where the icebergs are, and if I go too far off the beaten path, I'll end up in the dark open waters of the ecological dead zone, which is not a thing I would look forward to be honest. They may not be super creepy, at least not so much as the ghost leviathans, but it's still not pleasant to run into leviathans, especially when you're moving slow enough that they absolutely will be able to chase you down. Not my favorite thing, to be sure. Okay, well, I can't find any right now, any lithium. So I'm going to shut that off for the moment. And then let's have a look-see up here. That looks like an iceberg. Probably not the iceberg I'm looking for, but an iceberg. And actually, if I remember, there's probably things inside of there that I want to get. Like, I believe there's a hole in here somewhere with access to resources. At the very least, I found the icebergs, so that's a good thing. I'm going to go... Oh, there. Maybe that's the hole I'm looking for. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So I'm just going to beach myself up here for the moment. Because I'm pretty sure this is the island with the satellite on it. I didn't even know these could come on land. What the heck? Okay, that's interesting. How do I get in there? That is a good question. All over there. All down there. Excuse me. I know there is a way up here somewhere. It's just how to get up there without falling off and killing myself. Of course there's dangerous weather now. Why wouldn't there be? Just as I get onto land. Oh well. It'll only take a second. I think. I hope. Yeah, see, there must be an artifact here because he's talking about it now. Signal lost. Yay. Okay. I should get back into the water before I start freezing. There we go. That is very entertaining to me. The fact that we're going into freezing water, but it is warmer than the surface. It's very odd. Or maybe it's the fact that I'm moving underwater that's warming me up. That's possible too, I suppose. Okay. Let's get back up. I know that it's here somewhere. I just need to find my way up to it. And hopefully, before I run out of power in my sea glide. Because that is my only source of light right now. And that's intentional. Like, I didn't want a bigger or a independent flashlight. Here it is. Okay. Actually, I think I can probably make a headlight at this point. A headlamp. There we go. Ion batteries, ion power cells. Oops. Can I get back in here is the question. Yeah, I'll get in from the back. That'll be fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How badly did I beach myself? I didn't think I'd done this bad a job. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do, just in case. Because sometimes things glitch. I'm going to do that. And if I disassemble one of these modules here... or maybe both of them... then I should get a little bit more space in the sea truck. There we go. Okay, good. Did it. Now where did my other modules go? That's a good question. Here they are. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Glad I pulled that out. That was interesting. Gonna eat, gonna drink. I'll save that one for a little bit. And I still want to find Marguerite's iceberg. I don't remember where it is. It's not that one. Is it that one? It might be. There's only a couple. I don't know why she'd even have built her stuff on an iceberg, but she did. Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay. Let's not beach it this time. We're just gonna leave it there. There we go. Okay. I may as well pick up stuff like that when I get the opportunity. Yeah, this looks to be the right way. Fevered pepper. Okay. Now, where is her thingamathing? Because I know she has a full-on, like, garden up here. And again, as I was saying, I don't know why she'd put it on an iceberg. Like, if it floats away, she's losing her garden. Here we go. But, you know, people gonna peep. I guess it was a cool idea. Okay. Here's the marble melon. This is the only place on the planet we can actually get these, but they're so nice to have. I don't really need any of the other things. It was just the marble melons I was after. Grab that too, just in case. Don't think it'll really do anything, but it won't hurt to have. Her PDA is purple. I like that. I kind of want one. Yeah, I can just jump off here. This will be fine. Okay. I kind of want to see what happens if I get eaten by one of those, but I also don't. I feel like that would be a very bad idea overall. Alright. I'm going to repair my middle module here too before we take off. Just because that's a good idea. There we go. There we go. Alright. I need to go back to base, which is over this way. Thankfully, I left my sea moth there for now, or my prawn suit, which makes it very easy to find. I still need lithium, which I know where lithium is. It's really easy to get in this one. It's just over at those exploding purple flame biome areas. But there should be a crap ton of it just littering the ground, which I think is why I didn't bother really gathering a big collection of it. Because what's the point if it's that easy to find? What is that one? Might be another piece of the scanner module. Probably, but I'll get out and check it anyway. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to save before I glitch. There have been a few dicey situations already today where it's been, like, way too close for comfort. Yeah, okay. Both of those are just scanner module pieces, which are not all that important. They'll just give me titanium at this point. Oh, I really need to charge this battery too. Now, before I forget, let's find some lithium while I'm here. Oh, that's what that sound was. One of the squid sharks. Grabbing these, good. A couple more just to be on the safe side. Although it's hard to be on the safe side with a bunch of dangerous creatures around me. Alright, so we're gonna go back to base. I need to charge up some equipment. And then I'm also going to need to build this afterburner upgrade. And probably a docking module for my prawn suit. Yeah, that'll probably be a good idea too. Which means on my way back, I should probably find some more table coral, because I think I'm going to need a couple pieces of that. I'm not sure how many pieces, but probably a couple. I'm going to have a look for them. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Penguin Thingy. I did not mean to. I apologize. Oh, excuse me. I really like the way the light reflects off of things in this game. I may enjoy it less than I enjoyed the regular Subnautica. Like, it lost a lot of things, but in exchange for the upgraded graphics, it certainly is pretty, and I like that. Pretty graphics are nice to have. I don't like when it comes at the expense of gameplay, but if it is just for the sake of having pretty graphics, that's nice. I'm gonna park this inside, actually. I kind of forgot that I had a sea truck docking module. But don't tell. It was just a small slip of the mind. It's okay. Plus, I found out that this actually does repair the sea truck itself, which is nice. I don't know if it'll repair the modules too. Oh, did I run out of power? I did. Okay. Let's go get some more. Oh, actually, I think in here I have a couple gel sacks already. Yeah. I'm gonna throw these in because they are an excellent power source. These will go here into the grow bed to start working. I'm going to leave the other half for marble melons, so I'm going to throw these in here. I guess they'll eat this one, that's not a problem. And then let's grab 2 creepvine seeds. Forgot I don't have that powered. Go. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me... because this charges things a lot faster than the other battery charger. So what I'm going to do is use it like this. There we go. I'm not actually sure where I got that extra battery from. I must have picked it up from somewhere, and I'm not sure where exactly. We'll leave you in here for now. Okay. I need 2 lubricants. And that's an advanced wiring kit? Yes. Okay. So back down for a couple more table coral. Just because I'm short on storage space and I don't feel like building more to my base quite yet, I'm going to just gather what I need for the moment. Go away. Man, sometimes those guys are so frustrating. Okay, like all the time they're so frustrating. They're not like the nice kind of terrifying ones from Subnautica where they were only after your equipment. These guys just mindlessly want you. And it's super annoying because they'll chase forever. They're so dumb. Genuinely, I think that's the issue, is I think they made them dumb on purpose. They are not very clever creatures, to say the least. Okay, So wiring kit. I need a little bit of copper for the advanced wiring kit. Right? Yes, for the computer chip. Good. Advanced wiring kit. And now let's make the afterburner upgrade, which will be huge. Or not the afterburner, the horsepower. Hooray! I don't know that I actually need this one, to be honest. Also, I need to see about a CPRON depth module upgrade, because I think I might need that. Enameled glass, ruby, synthetic fibers. I don't remember if I made that or not. Well, I'll find out. First up, let's place this in here. There we go. And now let's go check on my prawn suit, because I think this might only have like 300 meters still. And that's not good enough. 400 meters. Yeah, okay. I'm actually going to take this down too, because I don't need it. And it's just kind of a giant eyesore right now. It is theoretically planned out, but it didn't pan out. Alright, prawn suit depth upgrade. Here we go. Enameled glass, synthetic fibers. And how many rubies do I have? That's a good question. Do I have any? And the answer is, I don't know. The diamonds, I have 2. So not nearly enough. Oh, I did have more lithium. Did not even know that. Okay. I'll fill up in here, which is not great. I'll have to get more rubies, but I think I can get them from the crystal caves and then make the new upgrade while I'm down there. Maybe, but the question is, will that be okay? Probably not, if I'm being 100% honest. I think as soon as I go down to the crystal caves, I'll end up destroying the sea moth, or the prawn suit in the process. Let's see about a headlamp, though, because that would be nice. Headlamp, headlamp, headlamp. Compass, headlamp, there we go. Ion battery, glass, titanium. Which should be just an ion cube. Where is the ion battery? Ion power cell. I'm not crazy, right? I'm not seeing the ion battery anywhere. There it is. Ion cube, gold, silver, and a lithium. That's more expensive. But I guess lithium is easy to find now, so that's not a problem. Gold, silver, lithium, ion cube. And a little bit of glass. Here we go. Just because it'll be nice to not have you guys in the dark when my Sea Glide runs out. Oh, does it have to replace the helmet, though? It does. That's super lame. Okay, well. I have it there for if I need it. And let's hope I really won't. I thought it was going to be an attachment that I could stick over top. I was wrong. Let's build that docking module, because that'll be helpful. Docking module, where are you? And you need to build that too, but that's alright. I don't need that at the moment. Fabricator, where are the sea truck components? Also, I need a drill arm. Do I have a drill arm yet? I do! Okay. I'll make this while I'm here as well, because I will need this. For now, let's go with the docking module. And then as nice as it would be to have the sleeper module, it's not really all that important. It's what I have this for, like the base itself. So plasteel, advanced wiring kit, and lead. I'm gonna have to go down here for 2 more table coral. That is the unfortunate bit of needing the advanced wiring kit. Table coral is honestly a surprisingly scarce resource as well. I don't know why it's so scarce in this game, but it is much harder to find than in the first one. Thankfully, you don't need crap tons of it, as long as you're not letting things get blown up. But, yeah. It's still surprising how hard it is to find sometimes. You're running a little low on power, but that's okay. So, I do have gold still, right? Yes, I have gold, 2 silver, need 2 copper. Oh, I have more rubies. Okay, that's excellent, actually. That is excellent, excellent. Copper wire. Wiring kit and computer chip. I'll make that first. Good. Plasteel ingot and lead. Which means 2, 3, 4. That should be good. And 2 lithium. Good. Grab the lead, which I put over here. 1, 2, 3. So that's enough for the sea truck docking module. And the depth module. Here we go. Enameled glass, ruby, synthetic fibers. How do I make the synthetic fibers? I've forgotten. A ruby and a spiral plant clipping. Okay. That's not too bad. I think I have just enough to make everything that I needed to make. So I'm kind of coming in just at the wire, but I am going to succeed. Spiral plant. Rubies, 1, 2, 3. Every time I'm saying the word rubies, it's reminding me of, I think it's the Wand of Gamelon, that Zelda CDI version of Zelda. Because for whatever reason, the voice actors in there, or maybe the writers, didn't call the currency rupees, like R-U-P-E-E-S. They called them rubies for whatever reason. Not entirely sure, but they did. So every time I'm saying it, I'm just kind of giggling at that thought. I need another quartz and a lead. Why did I put this as LB? Lead is PB. Oh well. I am a silly man sometimes. We make the glass. We make the enameled glass. We make the depth suit module. The prawn suit depth module. And we drink too. There we go. Should probably turn that into water as well. Just to be safe. A little extra. And I should look into what it'll take for the second step of this. Sea Truck Mark III. Prawn Suit Depth Mark II. Okay, I can't get that quite yet. Yeah, that's alright. So let's get rid of this, because I don't need it in there anymore. We'll go make the fabricator module. It's still hilarious, the fact that there are just doors that can open outwards underwater and it doesn't flood the base. The pressure on that door should be so enormous that it couldn't be opened anyway, but for whatever reason, that's just how it rolls. Alright. There is one thing that kind of frustrates me with these modules, is that you can get a special device for teleportation that will lead to a module you can put on your sea truck. And it's just not compatible with having this on there as well. Because unfortunately, the teleport pad, the receiving pad, ends up taking up that entire back slot. Which means you can't have both. You have to have two separate sea truck modules. And that's super annoying. You'd think it would be, like, really handy to have as well, but unfortunately it consumes so much power that you only get 2 or 3 uses before you have to tear it apart and recharge it. And you can't just, like, tear it apart easily and take the battery out. You literally have to have another item to deconstruct it. And it's like, it's somewhat annoying, to be honest. Oops. Alright, fine. I'll put you down here. Uh-oh. I hope that's okay. I hope I can still get in from that. We're gonna put you up here. Good. Need access to it because I have to put the depth module in. Good. And I need to go make the new drill arm as well, because that's going to be important. Where is it? Here we go. 5 titanium, 1 lithium, 4 diamond, and I'm pretty sure I have all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lithium and 4 diamonds. And we're gonna leave the ruby in here, I think, because I will find it easier there. Oh, there's one other thing that I need too. Before I, like, take off here. So I need 4 more of these. Oops. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Perfect. And now, what was it? I need that tech piece. Not a deployable. This thing, hydraulic fluid. Oh, I need the creepvine seed cluster. I didn't need this. Okay. Well, I'll put you back into miscellaneous. And then I'll grab the seed cluster without converting it. I was just a bit silly. Thankfully, this vine that was grown with the seed clusters instead of by a clipping will produce many, many clusters for me. Makes it nice and easy to get what I need rather than having to swim off every time. There we go, hydraulic fluid. Okay. And I think that about covers everything that I needed to do here at base in terms of constructing things for a while. I might also make one little adjustment. Because I want a beacon for the base. I usually manage to find my way back, but it would be nice to not have to look so hard for it. It is not difficult by any means to construct a beacon, so we'll just do it. It's a piece of copper and a piece of titanium. Like, ooh, gonna break the bank with that one. Okay. Put you there. And home base. Okay, good. I should find some more food before I go too. I don't need to worry about it too much, but I would still like to. There is never a real problem with doing this. Gimme. Unless you over-prepare and then your food rots. That's a problem. Am I in the lightweight high-capacity tank? No, I'm not. Did I make, or did I find the blueprints for it? Not entirely. Oh well. Not a big deal. And I don't think... Is there a way in? Oh, there is. Okay, cool. Let's just cook some of these up. Which, in thinking about it, is kind of silly, because I do have the Chinese potatoes and marble melons growing in the base. So why don't I go do that instead? That'll be fast and easy. I hate how bad the collision is in this game sometimes. Like, I just clipped inside the vehicle by just swimming towards it. And that feels silly to me. I don't like doing that. There we go. Good. Excuse me. Okay. Now, let's maybe head over towards that artifact. I don't know which one that is, but we can head there anyway. We're finally in the parts of this game where I just don't fully recall where things are. Oh, you know what? Not you. Can I make a coffee machine? I can. I might do that before I go too. To be entirely honest, I feel like that would be a good idea. And just to make things easier on myself, I'm going to park this back inside. See, this is why I wanted the afterburner. I feel so slow with 3 modules. Alright, titanium. We're gonna make the coffee machine. Here we go.
You look like you could use some coffee.
And I need some thermoses, which are maybe in the personal? Yeah, there we go. Titanium and glass. I'm going to make 2 of them. Because when I go up to the surface, sometimes you get trapped just far enough away from everything that it'll be a pain in the butt to get back. And I don't really want to die to hypothermia because I didn't know where to go on land. Which can happen. I mean, if you're not near a thermal vent or a wall inside, hypothermia is a very real problem. Coffee box. There's 1, there's 2. Okay. And I think each of these actually has... I don't know if it's got 2 shots in it or not. I hope it's got 2, but I'm really not sure. And yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. So let's head out towards that signal, which I think will actually be the one on land. Because sometimes these react to when you've gone to certain locations as opposed to duration of time in the game. I think sometimes they trigger based on how long you've been in the game too. But I can't be sure about that. I know the life pods were like that. If you were spending too much time in the first game just wallowing about in the shallows, they would they'd be like, hey, this would be a good place to go investigate. You're getting an emergency signal from here. I guess I'm not really going as slow as I thought I was. It's not super fast, but it's not as slow as I thought I was. I know that the horsepower upgrade... Ooh, sorry. I know that the horsepower upgrade doesn't actually nullify the requirement for... or it doesn't actually nullify the slowdown, but it does reduce it by a set percentage. I think it's like 30%. So you still can't go nuts with just building however much you want. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. Yep. I was right. It's trying to lead me up here. So I'm going to save right here. There we go. Again, just because sometimes I glitch on the way out, and it is so very annoying when that happens. Left arm. I need to find the Arctic fox too. It would help tremendously in traversing this area. But I don't know where the pieces of it are. I am not super well versed in the actual above ground portions of the game. I know vaguely where some things are, but I am not in all that good of a shape. I like that, that's pretty. My knowledge base is not as secure as I would like it to be. I'll put it that way instead. Also, there are some rather large companions in here at certain places. And hopefully I don't run into too many of them. There's the Fire Robotics Lab, okay. I think there's something up here too, but I've forgotten what. I can do this though, because I don't need this at the moment. There we go. It's not perfect, but it should help out a little bit with being able to see. You know what? I might grab that titanium. Nope, there's no point. I was gonna say I could make a little base with it, but I didn't bring any quartz for an entrance to the base, so that would be useless. It would just needlessly fill my inventory, and I do not want to be that silly of a boy. Battery is good though. Snow fox. But I think the hover pad is different from the Snow Fox itself. Yeah, see, recharges and repairs. But the actual vehicle, I think, needs to be constructed independently of that. And I'm not sure where it falls. Here it is. Yeah, see. 2 more pieces. 2 more pieces before I can build it. So there's stuff inside these buildings. I'm not sure how to get into it again. I think it might be on the other side. I remember always being disappointed with how little technology is actually inside these particular buildings. So I think I will probably be disappointed again. There we go, Snow Fox fragment. Penguin. Ah, here, this will help. This is where we are. That's one of her thingies. Another battery, that's good. Filtered water. Cold soup fragment is good. I mean, I won't really use it, but it's good.
New blueprint synthesized.
There's a lot of unfortunately redundant technology in this game. The cold suit, for example, if you have the Fox bike, it's... Can I drop that? I think I needed to scan those. But if you have the hover bike, then it's a mobile heat source. You don't actually need to do anything with it. You don't need a cold suit as long as you can just get back onto the hover cycle. Okay, guess I don't need to scan that. Have a drink. I don't think I actually need those either. Was I eating there? I don't think I was. I was in the lower level. There's an awful lot of fiber mesh for whatever reason. Don't know why exactly. These things like flasks and vials and things are remnants of the concepts from the first game, wherein initially it wasn't meant to be a story-driven system with like a set world. It was meant to be procedurally generated. And so you could initially like destroy the terrain and the environment. You had a specific tool for that. There was also, if I remember correctly, a bunch of lab equipment that you can still find in the first game, but it doesn't do anything. And it was initially supposed to be used to let you take DNA and then splice creature DNA into yourself to give you different abilities and things. And that idea got scrapped. They just left the things themselves in there. Architect teleporter. Can I actually power this? I don't think I can power it from here. Plus, it would cost me an energy cube anyway, so I wouldn't really want to, per se. Energy cubes are also a finite resource in this game. Giving one up for something like that is a little silly. Alright. Can I find any more pieces of the Snow Fox? I would like one more, because building one would be very handy. seems like no. Very disappointing. Well, let's go around the backside. Maybe I'll find more. Because sometimes there's extra technology just kind of hidden around here. Pieces that got left out or dropped off. When is dangerous weather not approaching? My goodness. Here we go, Arctic fox piece. Or snow fox fragment. Okay, I'm going to stand next to this for the moment. Because I want to look at what it'll take for the Arctic fox. Snow fox? Snow fox. Ah, more magnetite, and I've used it all already. I think I might be able to find some in crevices up here, though, so that's not the worst. Mildly annoying, but not the worst by any means. Gonna go find. Oops. I see a thermal vent over here. I'm gonna go stand next to that for a minute. Just gotta wait for it to fire off. And of course it's being as slow as can be. Alright. Coffee it is. That was super annoying. But thankfully, I prepared well enough that I didn't die. And I am on board with that. Not dying is the goal. It is kind of the major goal of these survival crafter type games. Just don't die. Whatever you do, don't die. Okay, gonna eat these real quick. Good source of food and heat. Silver. Go away, go away. Go away. I'm looking for magnetite. You don't need to be here. Silver. Silver, copper. More silver, more copper. But again, what I need is magnetite. It would be great if some could spawn in for me. Lots of silver, lots of copper. Don't need either. I am pretty flush with both. It really is just the magnetite that I need. Well, I guess we'll dive down here. We'll hope there's some in the caves down below. I don't think you have a power source. There we go. I don't know why it turned off. It just randomly decided to. Come on, magnetite. You should be in here somewhere. Excuse me. Anything at all? Not easily seen. Okay. Let me see if I can get some more oxygen real quick. Because I'm going to have to navigate these caves in a hurry. What's this? More silver. I don't care. More silver. I don't care. Silver and copper. More titanium. I know there should be a crevice somewhere in here, like an ore vein with magnetite. I just can't find it. I don't know where it's supposed to be. But locating it sooner rather than later would be just marvelous. Because magnetite is kind of a giant pain in the butt to find. Silver and copper are just so abundant though, which is nice if I needed silver or copper, and I just don't. I don't know if you remember just how full our lockers were back at the base, but pretty stuffed to the brim. Here we go, magnetite. Come on, grab it. There we go. And I don't know that I can get that last piece. Doesn't look like it. It is kind of far away and I don't have anything to move this. Yeah, okay. Throw. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that is super frustrating. I don't remember when the last time I saved was, but very frustratingly, we have now glitched. And I can no longer do anything. So what I'm going to do is, it's been 2 hours. I'm going to cry. I'm not going to save the game because I'll have to redo from wherever the last save point was, which I think was just before we got onto the island. Hopefully that won't be too far back, but I can't save right now if I want to be able to make this work. Otherwise I'll just be stuck glitched and we'll have to start from the beginning. And I think I'm going to uninstall this extra items mod because it is just not working for me anymore. I want it to work, but all of those extra item slots are just proving more of a hindrance than a help. Much as I would love them to work. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see you all again next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Stop.